Be smiling. You can see Kopere suit and president suit is from the same material. Makofi kwa. When you're done, cameraman, you signal me so that I know.
Which affect us as a society or as a nation. One thing which really bothered me was when Honorable Martha Karua had difficulties addressing a court in Uganda. And then soon thereafter we had the deportation taking place from Tanzania. How do you take it as LSK that we are able to accommodate people in our jurisdiction to operate freely and earn a living, and when we attempt to go to their jurisdiction, we are turned away and deported? How does this fit with the LSK? I am aware that you have done so many things, including filing suits and others, but we can also just tell them to go home. We can also just tell them to go home. It is really very frustrating that Rwandese, for example, will allow us to practice in Rwanda, but they say you practice in Kinyarwanda. You come here, but you practice in our language. It doesn't make sense. Unfortunately for us, this matter has come to court. We determine them, and we say that you have the right to practice in our courts. Those are some of the things we can talk about, judges, magistrates, and counsel, and we agree, because there's no reason why it is us that must suffer in this community. There's no reason why it's us that must suffer. And therefore I challenge the senior counsel who are there here, we must find a practical solution to this frustration that we are facing. If you look at the politics of the world, you look at what is happening in the US and some EU countries, you find that the world is actually shrinking. The owners of those nations do not want others to join them. And if the world is shrinking in the USA, in the EU, why should ours remain open? Why should ours remain open? Tanzania has made it clear that they are guarding their boundaries. Ugandans have made it clear that they are guarding their boundaries. Rwanda has made it clear that they are guarding their boundaries. Why is it that the LSK is the only generous child on the block? Stop this generosity. I was in Uganda last year. I just want to share with you, when we're talking about working online, what working online can mean. Sometimes here in Kenya we think that we are ahead. But I think in terms of legal infrastructure, we are not very much ahead. Some of these countries are ahead. So when we're talking about paperless, I went to the registry, commercial registry in Uganda, because they are paperless. They are really paperless. So when I was talking to the registry, there was nothing to see in the registry, because they're only computers. There's no paper. So I wondered why they took us that registry. You don't see anything. You only see computers line like this, like this, like this, like this. So there's somewhere where we went wrong as a country, as a society, as a judiciary. I was the presiding judge in the High Court in Mombasa for 5 years before I went to Eldoret and came back here. You know that big building in Mombasa, the court building. And in Mombasa, we also know that the temperature in that city is completely different. You have to have fans, you have to have AC and the rest. Do you know the budget that I was given per year for maintenance of that building? 250,000 shillings. 250,000 shillings to maintain that building per year. Now, if you want to budget that 250,000 shillings, what will you do with it? Where do you start? And that's why I want to thank the LSK of Mombasa. They always work as a team. That building is sustained by the Law Society of Kenya in Mombasa, or the Mombasa Law Society of Kenya, Madam Faith Odhiambo, who has delivered keynote address on this occasion, and which is really touching, and I believe it will be a ground-breaking speech which will give solution to some of the problems that we face in this country, in our courts and our registries. May I also acknowledge Senior Counsel President, Dr. Fred Odhiambo, John Ohaga, my nephew, Sanderetu Wilfred. I want also to acknowledge the LSK Council and the chairs of various branches, including the branch where I work. Oh, I work nationally. But I wanted to remember the Nairobi branch. You remember that we picked the chair of the Nairobi branch to be a judge. Lady Justice Helen Lalisi is with us. And some of these challenges which we talk about, we asked Lady Justice Lalisi, what is your response now that we are in the judiciary? He says that she needs a whole day with advocates. Finally, I want to say that I am completely frustrated with what is happening in our police cells. In the year 2022, I presided over the murder of Lord Monson, who died in police cell in Kwale, in Diani police station. And the circumstances were almost a replica of what happened to Albert Ojwang. And in that rulings, I established principles which have since become known as Ogola rules. For safe cells in Kenya. And indeed, if those rules are applied, we would not be having the case of Ojwang or any other person dying in our cells. There's absolutely no reason why a suspect should die in a cell. And I think if the LSK, because we are the custodians of justice, would say that we want to demonstrate on this issue, judges will join. There's absolutely no reason why a suspect should die in Kenyan cell. So as we launch your society's efficiency and ethics Taskforce in courts and lands registries, I want to tell you that what we are doing is the right thing. And we in the judiciary will support you because we abhor corruption. And the Honorable President, I will want you to give me that, your speech. I will deliver it to the Honorable the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya. Thank you very much.